Okay, part 2, test review number 7. I'm going to do number 6 through 8, which are simplifying radicals. So we're going to simplify the 147, number 6, and the variables x to the third power. Okay, so what I'm going to start out, I'm going to use a tree method. So anytime I have an odd number, I'm going to divide by 3, 5, 7. And anytime I have an even number, like in 240, I would start with a 2. All right, so I'm going to write it on the side here, though I have a little bit more room. Okay, so 147, I will start dividing them by 3. So 147 divided by 3 is 49. Now, I know that 49 is a perfect square. 7 times 7 is 49. So I write 7 here and 7 here. Okay, I am done with the number. Now I'm going to do the x to the third power. So there's 2 ways to do it, the long way or short way. Let me show you both. Long way, you write them all out. Now, short way, you would divide that 3 by 2. Because it's a square root, you divide by 2. So if you divide it by 2, you're going to get a decimal because 2 divided by 3 is 0.666. So, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. That's what I was trying to get to. So it would be 1.5. Now, we don't like the 0.5, so that means 1x will come out to the answer, and the 0.5 would be another x, which will stay inside the square root. Now, the long way. Let's look at the long way. We are grouping by 2's. So see it twice, write it once. So technically, 1 comes out, 1 stays inside. I'm going to highlight whatever stays on the inside. All right, with the numbers, let's group those. I'm grouping 2's. See it twice, write it once. So 7 came out. And 3 did not group with anything, so it stays in. Okay? So that means anything that came out with my arrow will be on the outside of my square root. So 7, that x right here. And I don't have anything else came out, square root. Now I have that 3 and then an x. And guess what? We finish. That would be our answer for number 6. All right, let's do number 7. Number 7, 81 is a perfect square. So I really didn't have to break this down, but 9 times 9 is 81. So if you want to break it down, it would look like this. And then see it twice, write it once. Nothing left over. Now on the 14th, I'm going to do it the short way because it's a lot to write out. So 14 divided by 2 gives us x to the 7th power. So we didn't really have to write it out and circle it all the time because it had an even number. So when it's even, just divide it by 2. It makes life easier. But if you want to write out all 14 x's and then group them in 2's, you could do that, and then you'll have 7 of them come out. All right, so my final answer here is, I'll put it right here, 9x to the 7th power. All right, let me highlight the answers. All right, one more. So this is the longest one. Yes, there's other ways to do this, but I'm just going to stick to this with the tree method. All right, 240 is even numbers, so I'm going to divide. 240 divided by 2 gives me 120. Then 120 is still even, so I'm going to divide by 2 again. It's 60. 60 is still even. I'll divide by 2. Gives me 30. Still 30 is still even. Divide by 2 gives me 15. Now 15 is odd. So anytime it's an odd number, I would start with 3. So 15 divided by 3 is, and that's 5. Okay. Now let's look at our x's. Now with this one's even, so I could just divide it by 2. So 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. That will come out. 9 is not even, which is fine. You'll just do 9 divided by 2, which is going to give us 4.5. So technically, to our answer, we're going to have 4 of them outside. All right, let's put it right here. So x to the 3rd power, x to the 4th power. See how that 4 came in here? Oops. And that half here means the half right here, let me make my y's a little bit more, because they both were looking like x's there. All right, that 0.5 means that one's gonna be left over. So I'm gonna put my square root. I'm gonna leave room for the number in case there's a number left over, which, oh, yes, there is. There is a number left over. So I'll put my y right there, okay? So that 0.5 is that y. I will show you the long way too. Let me just finish up. All right, with my tree method, see it twice, write it once, see it twice, write it once. Okay, so these two came out, so 2 times 2 will go on here, 2 times 2. And 3 times 5 did not group, so that will stay inside. All right, to finish up, 2 times 2 is 4, x to the 3rd power, y to the 4th power, and leftovers are 15y, because 3 times 5 is 15, so this is our answer. I'll highlight it, and then I did say I will show you the long way with the x6 and y9 in case you're having a hard time dividing by 2 and determining y's, what's 0.5, y is the leftover. So the long way for x6 and y9, I'm going to write them all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then y's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let me just double check, count them, because that's where mistakes happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good. All right, now I'm going to group them in 2. See it twice, write it once. See it twice, write it once. See it twice, write it once. Nothing left over, that's why we don't have x. And don't forget, anything that comes out goes on the outside, which is that 3 here. 1, 2, 3, that's the 3. All right, let's do the y's. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 groups would group together. So that's how that 4 came in along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that y did not group or anything. That's that y right there. Let me highlight them. Which ones did not group? So this one, that's it. And then 3 and 5. So that's right here. Okay, this concludes part 2.